Test.
Testicles.
Excuse me.
Testicles.
Everybody can hear themselves.
Can I get an amen? Free Normandy and Weston.
Twin.
Oh, I can't say the rest of it. I can, but I shouldn't. You don't know.
Oh, the N-word?
Yeah. You do it.
No.
Why not?
I said it today. I called, what's his name? Great guy. Everett. I said something to Everett. I said it to Everett, and I just felt.
I need to hear it how you say it. How you said it.
Okay, so Everett went to dap me up like we were switching between rounds, and he stopped when he realized he wasn't coming to my corner.
Mm-hmm.
So went dap me up. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going over here." I was like, "You still dap me up, nigga?" And then I was like, oh, I hate using that word. I just don't like it.
Yeah, honestly, after hearing that, don't do it again.
It doesn't
seem like you.
No, it used to be. Guess you know what? When I stopped liking it, well, I got a buddy who doesn't like it. So for him, that was my first step away from the word. I was like, he says African American. I don't like that term. I say black. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference between he and I. But we're great best friends all the way day one. But so I stopped using the word regarding him. But then I watched Snowfall, and I was like, I hate that word. It's a stupid, horrible word. Snowfall is like they abused the shit out of that word.
Oh,
they took everything out of that word. And it was just like I was like
They excreted it.
Yep. So that was that. Hey, I had a thing happen, and I was like, "You gonna take care of it?"
I thought you were about to start talking about dreams and shit.
Don't.
In a dream, bro. I left it at the table, dog.
Yeah, Coach.
I didn't say shit.
Okay, cool, because I'm not talking.
Matter of fact, you just made it weird. All right, so what are we talking about?
You know what you need, dog? I was thinking you need a dream catcher.
I might fuck around and catch some shit, though.
I don't. I don't understand. What are dream catchers for? There it is, right there.
Allegedly, they catch your bad dreams or some shit.
I had a whole haiku about dream catchers.
I could also be wrong.
I had a haiku about dream catchers. I just can't remember right now.
Of course you had a
You got wait.
Shit,
my bad, dog.
Man, get good at something first.
Wow, this food, dog.
You still give it a minute.
It's on, dog.
Not yet.
Damn.
You grab it, Maggie.
God damn.
It's gonna burn the room, dog.
Oh, this is
bad today.
No, this is
wrong hole, fool. Over there. If I hit her,
oh my god!
Thank God I'm covering my mic.
This is you. If Coach lets go of your mic, your headphones are gonna weigh it off. Knock it over. Give it a second.
It has to be perfect.
Okay, now. There you go. We're done.
My sponsored pie.
That was the best beginning in the world. So pertaining to last week's conversation about trans women fighting biological women. You sent us the Cruz Sandoval Brianda versus Kelefe Imane.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that. I had never.
What's her last name?
Her.
His
Kelefe Imane, I think.
A man.
Kalefe's a man. That's what I heard.
A man.
I didn't see that, but yeah, it's like I had never seen a trans woman fight a biological woman before. Yeah, it's great. And
Sponsored by?
Yeah, sponsored by Jolly Ranchers. And I've just heard, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. You know, I've always been like, I object. You know, but I watched that fight. It was a 2022 Gold Belt series. You can just look that up on YouTube. And I was furious.
Right.
It was just like, this shouldn't be happening. I was mad not only at I was less mad at the fighter than I was everybody else around allowing this to happen. You know, like I was just like, you can't. But I will say, you just sent it with no context.
I gotta put fucking context.
I'm just saying. It just showed. It was like I was like, oh, here's a fight for Coach George. I was like, oh, that looks like a man. Did Coach Timmy? Is that round two? Fights like a man, right? I was just like, no. I'll text you like, it looks like a dude. You ever watch Community on the TV show?
No.
It looks like this dude, I bet, who plays on the TV show. I was like, but yeah, so
I said it is a man, boo.
That does not help the case at all ever. That was one thing I was like.
What did you think about the fight? That was sad, huh? To watch a girl try to do everything in her power to try to beat him.
She tried so hard, and he was just showboating.
Yeah, that was what makes it worse.
That was another thing that made me pissed about it, is that he was acting like he was, in the ring with
beating another guy,
like hands down, leaning in, snapping shots at her, just popping her head back like it was nothing. But her, I commend her for, like, at the end, I was like, after they declared him the winner, which you knew was going to happen, she, hugged him, embraced him, and was a good sport about it. I was like, I would have been, I'm telling my brother, I'm telling my father, like, everybody's coming for you, like, stuff like that. But no, she was a good sport about it. And that's the sad part about it, is women are put in this position where they either do one of two things, both of which I find, acceptable. The first is to drop out. They're like, no, I don't want to participate in this. This is a fucking circus. I'm not a clown. Or they just have to say, all right, I'm going to just be a good sport.
It must suck for, like, women who work so hard for their own playing field, and now these motherfuckers are coming in there to their playing field and taking over. It's like women fought for all these rights forever.
That's the thing. It's like, where are
those women?
Where are the feminists? Right? It's like, and those are the white liberals who are on the side of the trans women. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you aren't making any sense anymore.
But it's not even about being political. Like, it's about right and wrong. Like, that's, like, I know politics plays a big part in everything.
This country has a way of turning right and wrong into politics.
No, I understand, and that's why I'm saying, like, I know it, regardless what I say, it's gonna be political, but it's just right or wrong. It's just, we all know what's. I'm without words, bro. Like,
no, that was it. Like, I can't, like, matter of fact, I put this to me. I was like, huh?
That we're even having this conversation.
But I'm glad
it shouldn't even be a thing.
I've stopped being friends with people on the basis of them saying, no, they should be allowed to play sports. I was like, oh, wait, what? Yeah, trans women should be able to be in sports. And I was like, we're not friends anymore. Not even a fucking little bit. And because you don't have, it's like, it's not because I was offended, but I was like, that person has no sense of right or wrong. They think with their feelings. I don't need that person as a friend.
Fair enough.
And but after watching this, I put it in myself because I'm an open-minded person. I'm a supportive. Everybody, I want everybody to have equal rights. So I said, okay, you got a homeboy. He comes to you, say, hey, Adam, I'm getting transitioned into a woman. I'm like, I got your back. I support you. All right, hey, Adam, I'm transitioning into a woman, and then I'm gonna box. I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. Who are you boxing? Karen. I'm like, oh, we're not friends anymore.
No, we can fight Karen because Karen's a bitch.
I'm about to say
any other girl.
But I wouldn't be able to, my point was I couldn't be able to support my trans friend in their sports, because I was like, that's I will support you in any even playing field. But now I have another question, since we're on right and wrong. This I saw, it's not related, but it is related. You'll see. This guy on the internet, he posted a story about how his first date got mad at him because he's like, hey, let's split the check.
Oh, he said that.
He said that.
So, are we answering it?
Yeah. No, I'm like, where are we on this? Like, to me, somebody commented, said, dude, you shouldn't date. She should be the one posting this.
Yeah.
That's how and I'm like, yeah, that's where I agree.
I'm not going to make that into a big deal, but I do come from a time when the dude would just, I'm not going to always automatically assume the dude's going to pay. Like, I always have my wallet on me just because, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I for sure, I think that, I don't know, at least traditional old school, like, men are not even going to let you even take your wallet out. Like, no.
You're a millennial. That time you come from was 2 weeks ago. Like, that's like, right?
What?
You're not, it's not that long ago. Like, I'm saying, like, it's not like if Coach said, hey, when I was a kid, blah, blah, that was a while ago. If I say when I was a kid, that was.
Motherfucker, y'all only like 10 years older than me, man.
20,
14,
15,
whatever.
20. Anyway. So, but I'm just giving you a little shit. Coach, if I was like, because we both know I'm single, and
You had to throw that out there.
I'm like, I'm about to go out with a lady, and I say, I hope she's ready to pay her half. What are you gonna say to me?
I'll be disappointed in you.
See, that's it. It's like men. I mean, I understand because he was like, "We're all the feminists now." I'm like, bro, sit down, sit your ass down over there.
He is a feminist.
Is he?
Yeah.
So a guy who thinks a woman should pay half is a feminist?
A feminist now, yeah.
Oh.
Equality, fool.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely not a feminist then. That's good. I'm not even an ally because I might ask you to pay parking just to be a dick.
And he's the one that posted it, right?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. And this was in Miami. That was really what, and he wasn't an above average attractive person. Like nothing about this dude said, okay, I'll give him a little rope. But no, nothing about it. I was like, it's like if I'm not having a good time, even if I'm not having a good time, I will pay. And it's pay and ghost. You know, it's like now if I want to go again, I would. Men, fellas, homies, comrades, dudes, niggas. Look, pay for that first date. All right, we're not made of money, and you want to see her again, be straight up. Say, hey, I really want to see you again, but times are tight right now. Can we find something to do that's less expensive? Would you mind?
What the fuck?
No, not even that. Yeah, you probably shouldn't reveal your brokenness till like the 4th or 5th date, right? Now that I think about it, now that I say that out
where
loud.
am I right now?
Yeah, you shouldn't reveal your brokenness till the 4th or 5th date. So defense, how's that in boxing?
That's how I feel about that.
Yeah. No, okay. So how long into a date should a guy reveal like his level of income?
From the get go, fuck it.
Okay, it's like okay.
Why not?
Hey, I'm paying for
Why
this.
be phony about shit? You know.
Don't be phony.
Yeah, that's
definitely
100%.
don't
That's
mislead.
a big,
Yeah.
bad, that's a hell no.
Oh man. Yeah, you mislead about how much money you make. Her expectations keep
anything
keep
Just
going
anything.
up. Yeah, you're gonna die broke, and she gonna get another man when you miss that first.
Because like if a guy's real with the girl be real with him, and like girls like to help men out. Like if he just be honest with her and tell her, you know what, let's go eat here, but he'll give her like 3 suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to do it too. Like let's go eat here and here and here. You got 3 choices. Which one you want to try?
You want to go to McDonald's. You want to go to Carl's
Don't
Jr.?
matter. You can fuck wherever you go, but just pick a place that it's not very expensive shit in there, and just go in there and have fun with her.
I just want to point out what Coach said because he said it real quick and kept moving. He said you can fuck wherever you go.
I did say that too. Well, if you act like a man, you might get lucky.
Yeah.
Because if you start acting like a little female and telling, we're gonna split it, I would think that's attractive to a woman.
Attitude, confidence, and just all that stuff. I got hit with somebody's shame the other day. Like they just had the shame coming off them, and I was like, oh, this is what Magz has been talking to me about. It's like you can sense a person's confidence and shame, same frequency, same energy, different frequencies. And I was just like,
absolutely.
Yeah, so
I can sense all that shit, bro. That's why I can sense the energy, and I won't be around it. I won't put myself in that fucking situation.
So just be real with you. Be real with your lady, mama.
I had this older homie, and one time one of my other homies was telling him, "Dog, I want to take this girl to eat, dog, but I ain't got that much money." We're old. We're fucking old, okay? So this is a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And my homeboy goes, "You don't have that much money?" He goes, "No, I don't have that much money." He's just make her laugh. And I just thought, have a good time with her, and then if you guys do end up going somewhere, he had money, but we were thinking like she wanted a steakhouse or some shit like that. Steakhouse. And he's like, "No, man." He ended up taking her to the taco shop, and they had a blast, bro.
That's right.
She had her steak, but cut up in pieces, in tortilla.
And that's the thing. And I've made this mistake often. It's not where you take them. It's who they're going with.
Yeah.
That's the thing I had to come to realize. It's like, they want your company. They don't want to go to this particular place or whatever.
It's because shit is simple, dude. But gone are the days where you would just sit in the fucking in the car, talking, conversing for 5 hours, listening to music. You know what I'm saying? Just talking, not even doing shit, just talking.
I bet nice, healthy couples still do that.
Yeah.
You drive her home and you guys just sit in the car.
Just simple
chat.
things.
It's
Just
simple, dude. At least for me, that's what I appreciate.
Shooting the shit, talking, pillow talk. You know, just
Real
shit
talk,
that.
homie.
This guy is going to die alone.
Oh.
This guy who I was telling who made that post.
Like,
No. Because at first I just saw like this guy's, just a bad. But now that I see all the error of this guy's ways, I'm like, man.
Like I know this one kid, bro. He's so picky with girls. When he was growing, he was a lot younger. He had the cream of the crop, and he'd always find something wrong with them. This is when he was like 22 to 28. Mm-hmm. Right now he's almost 40, and his bitches are ugly, dog. I said, "What happened, dog?" And his playing field was getting smaller and smaller.
You checked them on. It's like, what happened?
Yeah, what happened to your dimes, dog? Like it just all went down the drain. It's like you have to go with the flow. He had some great women in front of him, but he was always acting like a female in the relationship.
No,
that's a turn off.
That's
of course. That's why none of the girls could be there with him.
Like now when I'm in the game, it's like, hey, pretend you're in the ring, coach is in your corner. He don't want to see you fighting like a bitch. So get up there, be confident. Be confident. That's all you gotta do. Just be confident. If she's like, hey, can we go to this place you can't afford? No. What's the matter with you? And I bet you she'd be like, all right, let's go to Chili's then.
Hey, one day I was dating Lorena, and we're barely dating, bro. And I had $25, dog. Mm-hmm. $25 fucking dollars, and we ended up going to Tijuana. Well, that's where I would meet her all the time, and on the way to I took the trolley and all that shit. Mm-hmm. And my son Piparos, who was his birthday today, his shoes ripped on the way over there. And I'm like, fuck, I gotta buy him some shoes, right? Yeah. So I bought him like some $10 shoes at the Tres Hermanos. That was the price. It wasn't like I was trying to go get him the cheapest shoes. So I had $15. And I remember I had a date with Lorena that night. Well, said people was going to go with us, and then she sees him. She sees his little shiny shoes, dog. And I remember we go eat, and I let her order. Thank God she don't eat a lot, dog. So I looked at the taco guy. I knew him. I said, hey, bro, if I don't have enough, I got you, fool. Mm-hmm. I said, thanks, dog. So I fucking, luckily I had enough. I said, keep the change, dog, like $1. But she noticed all that. She wasn't dumb. She was observing everything. And she came, this was on a Saturday. Monday morning, she came to my house. And she brought a box full of clothes for Piparos.
Oh, man.
And she's like, you don't have to worry about eating it. I was like, the reason I only had a little bit of money is because I was transferring in life. I didn't know when I was living a bad life, I had a lot of money. Yeah. But when I chose to do good, that income shut down.
That's the way it works.
I had to find my feet, So I went to Tijuana to just reset, 18, about to turn 19 years old. And that's what happened. I just met her when I was at my lowest point. Mm. She didn't give a fuck, so.
That's how it worked, man.
Those are the ones right there, dog.
Yep.
So, yeah, but I always, no matter what, I always treated her like I was ready to spend my $10 on her. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want her to pay nothing. Mm. That's the way we were brought up as men.
Yeah, no, that's it. And what I've learned, you told me this, Coach Bashir told me this, is that's how it's gotta stay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. From that first date, that's how it's gotta be.
It's like my daughter, dog. I tell her all the time. One day I had my daughter and my two nieces with me, and they're the same age, all three of them, and they wanted all these things, and I'm taking them to eat all this shit and doing, and at the end they drink that shit that he likes. What's that little fucking balls in it? The kombucha. Boba. They wanted the fucking boba, dog. Right?
Now I got kombucha and boba.
Okay, the boba, I'll show up with them right here in Ocean Beach, not that far from you. Uh-huh. And it's like $9 a cup, right? Yeah. $8-9 a cup. And I look at them and I said, I get all three young ladies and I tell them, listen, I'll buy it for you guys, no problem. But you guys got to keep that up. When you guys start dating boys, you guys don't pay for your own shit. And if they don't buy you boba and you settle for a Slurpee or 7-Up, you better dump them motherfuckers because I'm setting the bar high.
That's as a dad girl. A girl dad. I'm not dad girl. I'm a girl dad.
Girl dad.
Yeah. That's the lesson you gotta teach him. It's you don't even teach him. You just have to be it. You have to be it.
Yeah, you gotta give him what you expect him to be treated. If my daughter went out with that boy who said she should cover half of it, I'd probably go one to him in the back of the head while he's food, dog. What do you think, Maggie?
Right? Yeah, you can't.
It's it's weird because like
I treat her like a queen, dude.
I don't know.
So that's what you're gonna do.
I don't know. My dad definitely raised me like very differently. He didn't raise me like a dude. He definitely raised me obviously like a girl, but very uniquely so, to where, I don't know, I just don't put myself in those situations, I guess. I don't know. It's like long story.
So you can avoid those situations. Like, it's like, that's another, like, a woman can just see a fool coming.
But, I've been, like growing up, like, boyfriends and all that shit, and I'm trying to think about it, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I was ever with anybody who didn't cover it.
I had a young buck at the gym come up to me and ask me, he's like, hey, you ever get used for a free meal? And I was like, all right, let me see the text. And that was it. It was like, okay, you gotta don't engage with someone who's not engaging. You're sending all these texts and they're like, haha, LOL, nothing. Like, you can't do that. Because those women are out there, fellas. Like, I'm not just saying, like, we gotta be better men. No, we gotta be better men and pick better women. Because those women who will just be disingenuous and be like, oh yeah, because I want to go out. Because women are broke too. Like, I hate the fact that women don't get called losers. Like, I really don't. Like, there are women out there who are fucking dead ass losers. And we're so but they don't get the label because they're not men. Okay, so fellas, do not. Matter of fact, we said something last week when I was like, let those strippers strip. Don't take those strippers out the strip club. Like, just pick better women, and because that's who you want in your life. That's who, when you start slipping up, they want you to be better, so they can be with better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. Good. I'm glad we got through that. Like, this podcast is about boxing, though.
It's all good. That's what I was like.
But I like how Coach was involved. The coach was like, all right, finally a not boxing topic I can get behind.
He carries a lot of wisdom.
I understand young men and courting a young lady.
It's very different now. Like, a lot of them don't even know what courting means.
Oh man, I court my ass off. Like, because that's what you want. You want them to know. Well, to me, that's the only way I know how to impress a woman. Is you court them. You set up. You say, "Hey, my name's Adam. You're gonna find out more as we go along, and I'm a great guy." Blah 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 blah.
You won't know this word, okay? I know she'll know it, but when the taco story about Lorena.
Yeah.
So we took her home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's outside her house, dog. And then my cousin Eddie asked Lorena, who's that? She goes, oh, es un pretendiente.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that word meant, dog. So I'm like, this fucking trifling hoe has a boyfriend. So I found out it's, if I'm Mexican, but this is one that gets me. That means that the guy wants to be with her, huh?
Yeah.
He's trying to court her.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's trying to take your spot.
Yeah. That was his spot.
You were taking his spot.
Come on, dog. This motherfucker just showed up and took over, dog. This motherfucker had a car, probably had money. This motherfucker had no car and had no money, dog. But what? I made her laugh, dog.
Yeah, it's the charisma, dog.
That's what it is.
I made her laugh in the charisma, dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Make them laugh. Ha 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 ha.
Not too
Opens
hard.
up. Ha ha.
Yeah, don't go up there and do your stand-up, dog.
I'm funnier without my stand-up. Like, now that I left that, I'm a lot funnier. It's
So,
awesome.
I get asked a question all the time in boxing, bro. Well, I seen Mayweather doing this, or I seen Floyd, I seen Manny Pacquiao, I seen Canelo. The guys telling me this don't have any of the attributes of the fighter that they're telling me about.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna, my best advice for a young fighter or any fighter who wants to simulate a fighter, make sure you have the same qualities that fighter has.
Okay, if I want to fight like Tyson,
You have to be super strong, short, compact.
Strong base.
Yeah, strong base, lower center of gravity, and be willing to fight that way the whole time.
Yeah.
okay.
Tell me another name.
If I want to fight like, Canelo.
Yeah, it's almost the same example. And
That's why I love both those dudes. Okay.
technical.
smaller.
Yeah, technical, come forward, kind of grimy, kind of like take shots, give shots,
Mm-hmm.
Canelo doesn't get that hit clean that much, but he's the kind of like forces you to fight him.
Yeah, he does. Because when I saw him spar live, I was like, he's so on your side of the ring. Like, and that's how I see it. It's like there's two sides of the ring, their side, your side. And Canelo is going to spend all the time on your side of the ring, in your face, just throwing at you. Okay, so let's see if I can get it.
A lot of Filipino brothers that I know want to be like Manny Pacquiao.
Yep.
And most of them, they're not even left-handed. They turn lefty. They want to fight like Pacquiao. They want to be explosive.
Well, and that's one thing you can't. Okay, so like I like Tyson. I want to fight like Tyson. I don't have to be right-handed.
But you have to have, like, if you're going to mimic him, that Tyson and Pacquiao, those are a little different guys. You got to get in those mindsets. Like, Pacquiao was poor from the slums. And
Wait. So if you want to mimic someone, start at the mindset.
that's the most important. You got to put yourself where their mind was at.
That's eye-opening.
Which is not that easy.
No, because Mike Tyson's mindset is so complicated.
It's because it's like these are individuals who are one of one, man. Like their situations are very unique to them, and it's very hard to understand it unless you fucking walk those shoes, you know. And a lot of guys from now, our generation, like I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, you know. Not our, I mean, like the newer generation. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but the circumstances are different. The times are different. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about a guy who grew up in Brownsville, New York, you know what I mean, and or what it was in Manila. Like he literally
Just say the Philippines.
Didn't have even like a roof over his head for a while. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, does that happen now? Yeah, sure. I'm sure there are, you know, some people out there who go through that. But
you know, Shannon Sharp didn't use an indoor toilet till he was like 21. Well, I'm pretty sure it was like for like he grew up with no indoor toilet.
So that's what I'm talking about. It's like, and again, at the same time, it's like, is that necessary to be great? That's the biggest question that I have that I'm on the journey to, you know, uncover. You know,
There's a video on one of the social media platforms where Mike Tyson says he admired and looked up to Roberto Duran because he was mean, crazy, and then they're showing the video of Duran going crazy like in the ring after a fight. Then it cuts into Mike Tyson doing the same thing. And then it says his mother was in the sex industry and Roberto Duran's mom was almost in the same. So it kind of, he mimicked the guy he liked because he understood his mindset. He was poor and full of rage and anger.
Now, so now I'm like, are there any rich boxers, like a guy who just had it handed to him and they just like, they're well-off family, two parents?
Jake Paul?
I'd say.
Yeah, but he's. So are you calling him a boxer?
Oh, no, but he's on a boxing platform.
Yeah, but he's not. No. He's an exhibitionist.
Actually, there's a lot of boxers that have a mom. I think Ali had his parents. I think.
But he still grew up poor.
Oh yeah. Well, you're talking about financially too.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like having both parents was just an attribute of it. But like he's like. You grew up like mom, like you grew up in the Huxtable household.
Don't quote me on this, but I think Marco Antonio Barrera, his parents were lawyers and they had money, and he did it because he loved it. He was in law school and everything.
Okay,
I'm on Michael Jordan. That's basketball.
Yeah, I know. That's why I looked at you like damn.
No, I kept it. I was like, oh, we'll let that slide.
There's a young kid. There's two young kids here in San Diego, Julius Bello and Johnny Manzor. Shout out to both of them. They're both financially stable, really good kids. But I told his dad, I told Johnny's dad, Julius's dad, Johnny's uncle, that they're dangerous because they're really good fighters. But they're dangerous because they do it because they love it.
That's a big thing.
They're financially stable and they're little fucking lions.
And I was telling Jackson, you gotta love this. It's gotta because when I used my career as a comedian, and I told him, I said I walked away from comedy when I realized it wasn't gonna save me. I didn't love comedy enough to stay with it, even though it wasn't going to save me.
Yeah,
I did all I could. Saw comedy wasn't going to save me. I walked away from it. If I had loved comedy, I would have stuck. I would have been like, boom, I'm still in it.
I will say this, dude. I think a lot of people. I think to a certain extent, if you're a beginner, it almost hurts you to watch those guys because you're not focusing on the fucking basics, and I think that's the most important shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to do all this fucking advanced shit, but you haven't even learned to do the fucking basics, which is throw a fucking jab.
Yeah, throw a jab.
You know what I'm saying? Walk in the right direction.
So today I got back in there after 6 weeks of nothing. And shout out to me. I just had to be a dad for 6 weeks and just eat and work. And, of course, rehab my shoulder. But I was like, okay, you're starting from square one now. What do you want to learn first? That's my question. What do I want to learn first? Like a boxer, he gets in the ring first day. Like, what should he learn first?
How to stand.
Okay. All right. Well, I got that down. All right. Let's go second.
How to throw your jab.
All right. I'm working on that. That's what messed up my shoulder. I wasn't good at managing my range, and I just overthrew a jab one time. So, what about? I was thinking defense. When should we get to defense? Like, when should it be like, all right,
Right away.
yeah, because Friday's right around the corner. It's time to spar. I'm not sparring. I'm not sparring it. So like, all I know about defense is hands up, chin down, keep your head offline. What else is there?
Well, I'll let Baggy answer that because she's been working defense with all the guys lately with the noodles. So
Okay.
I think defense, and the best way for me to describe it, and actually a way that's been helping myself and communicate with them and them understand it, is literally you're building your instincts. You know what I'm saying? You're allowing your defense to work for you, meaning that the more instinctual it becomes, the less you have to think about doing it. So, because, at least I believe that defense should be on your mind first. Let that work for you, and the less you have to think about it, the more instinctual it becomes, the more you can work your offense. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times people, boxers, fighters, whatever, they only worry about the offense, especially when you're so used to just hitting the bag or hitting mitts. You're so used to just focusing on offense that you fucking neglect the defense, right? Which is very important. And you can see it whenever fighters work with coach. Not many coaches will do this, but he is very coach is always looking, we're always looking for the little openings, the little mistakes, and he will capitalize on it and expose that shit. And most of the time, like, your first time working with him, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit with something, and not all the time. You're gonna find a coach who will throw back at you.
That's not common.
Mm-mm.
no.
Hell no.
They throw punches like go
he
under,
throws.
go under.
Where would I be if I wasn't at this gym right now? Because I'm like, wow.
Well, I tell them if I have like a little sensor, and if I see that you're open and you're right in my range, I'm gonna throw.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah. I thought that was what coaches did
No,
until right now.
Not all of them.
no, very few of them.
Mm-hmm.
Very few.
Because when I'm working with my fighters, I do the same thing. I'm like,
Guess why?
yeah, because it's like, keep your hands up. How am I going to teach you to keep your hands up? I'm going to punch you in the forehead. I
had a fighter named Emilio Bojorquez. The first time I trained him, they brought him to me, and I just to see how we clicked together. And I'm holding pads for him. I don't even know him at the time. I mean, I know who he is, but I didn't work. I'm first time ever working with him. He kept dropping his left hand, right, his right hand. So I just fucking give him the biggest slap in his face, right, bam, with the hand mid open. He's like, he didn't say nothing. I just said, keep your fucking hands up, bro. He said that day he went to the gym and TJ started slapping all the kids with the mitts on.
That's
every time coach slaps somebody, it guarantees at least 5 more people are getting slapped.
Guaranteed slap.
But I'm always
It's like that
observing, man.
What do you call that shit? Like push it forward or
Play it
forward.
I'm always observing the guys whenever coach is working with them, man. I'm looking at their face, and a lot of times they're like, it's funny, you'll see the delayed reaction. They'll get hit, and then they'll put their hand up. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, I know your mind's not, you're too chillax, You're not worried about it.
So where is the biggest mistake in defense? The most common mistake among your novices?
I say that
in defense,
the feet being in the quicksand. When you start throwing at you, and you're getting overwhelmed. All you're doing is staying in the same place and just blocking. You're basically you're still a target.
You're staying that one target.
Staying in that same place. It's like a hunter. Imagine a hunter shoots a rifle at you and he misses at the animal. Mm-hmm. He just loads it back up and the animal stays in the same place. Boom, he's going to get you sooner or later, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
zigzag.
If the animal's moving, he has to fucking rearrange his rifle. It's the same thing with the fighter. If he just stays in the same place and just blocking, he's going to be like, okay, he's blocking this, now this. Mm-hmm. Blocking this, now this, So feet for me is the first line of defense, and obviously I love parrying punches. So
that was one thing when I first learned how to parry, I started parrying because you had to work with me to start parrying with my backhand instead of my front hand, because I love parrying with my front hand, then shooting a jab immediately after. So I had to start parrying with the backhand, throwing a hook. And I was like, I definitely got that from you. But I was telling someone, you got to use your jab as a defensive tool too.
Oh, but yeah, but that's like an offensive tool. I mean, the jab is the best weapon, but I didn't want to give you an answer that everybody knows already. So
Oh yeah, okay. So everybody, so I wasn't shining new light.
No, I mean that's your best weapon is your offense.
Well, that's just the thing. It's like everybody's like, I'll throw the jab if I can hit him. It's like, no, you got to throw that jab to break.
That jab has to hit him anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah. That jab's just got to get them to stop thinking
That
about
means
whatever.
you're
they're thinking
controlling
about.
the timing, you're controlling the range, you're controlling everything, the rhythm.
And that's it. Reminds me of baseball, because baseball is the only sport where the defense controls the ball. Okay. And in boxing, I think similarly, your offense can be defensive. You know, it's like if I got a great fighter standing next or across from me, and the one thing I don't want him doing is throwing punches. So my defense is to throw punches. To you know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That was I always said it in my head.
When, especially when I was exhausted. And they used to be stalking me and walking me down because they sense. Everybody senses what's going on. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to throw. Boom, boom. That was my best defense, you know, touch.
Okay. This is the first time I'm saying it out loud to higher ups, because I'll tell the guys I'm working with, and then, you know, I just use the confidence so that they believe it because I trust it. But at the same time, there's always a little voice like, you really need to get this shit checked out.
But it's common. You see, you've been in the ring. You sparred fighters, not just members. You sparred fighters, so you understand. Like, what the fuck do I do when I feel like I'm drowning?
I cannot wait to spar again. I'm so excited. Like I was like probably about 4 weeks off, but I'm just like, and like I was talking to Seth about it, and White Power, and
he's gonna get mad, dog.
Yeah, I know.
Seth is another one that rushed it.
Yeah.
You
guys. I mean, just I was gonna say this once, and I ignored my shoulder for a year, and I'm very lucky that I have a prognosis that I can continue. So take care of your health so you can stay strong. All right, just say that. But Seth and I were talking, and he's like, we've forgotten how to be afraid. You cannot be, and it's like you're just gonna get in the ring, and that's gonna be the reminder. It's like we just think we're gonna jump back in the ring and do all this and you know, do all this stuff, and it's like,
yeah,
you're like, oh, you're gonna get hit. You go, oh yeah, I forgot. So now where? So you said feet in the quicksand. That's a folly a lot of novice make. What any other ones defensively?
That's pretty. What do you think, Maggie?
I think awareness. You know what I'm saying? Awareness too. I think sometimes people are looking, like a lot of people like to look in the eyes, and at least for what coach teaches is like, you know, try and look at center mass, because that's how you'll be able to tell where, almost like anticipate where shit's coming from the rotation of bodies and shit, you know?
Oh, I thought you meant like awareness, like ring awareness.
That too, but I'm just the overall awareness in the ring, you know what I mean?
So I'm one of those people who look at the face. Because if I look anywhere else, that's where I'm gonna hit. But if I lock it in your face, I'm able to kind of peripheral and see everything else. What's wrong with that?
Wherever you can see.
But you're saying, you know, don't do that. You're saying center mass. So if I'm looking right here, that's gonna work. Oh,
you see the shoulders twitch. You see all the movements, and you start. Okay, boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
When you see the eyes, you don't see the hand coming. You're looking at the eyes of that face.
That's yep.
Also, like, I think first and foremost, working on your mind being calm and not overstimulated and over fucking analytic. It's a lot of people want to like, I should know everything. I should analyze everything. No, just let
they want that instinct. They want that instinct without
shit takes
developing.
time, dude.
Yes, exactly.
You must develop that. That is not something that's fucking overnight. A lot of people want to fucking compare themselves and think you're gonna catch up to somebody who's been doing this shit since fucking 8 years old. Fucking give it some time, you know. Focus on improving every day.
Speaking about 8 years old, that's my next topic. Somebody asked me, what's the best age for a kid to start boxing?
I just found out that the arena doesn't let kids join until they're 13.
I think it's 14.
Oh yeah, one of the. I was like, wow, I didn't know. I thought like 8-year-olds could roll up here,
but I don't see no kids there.
So I would say, me personally, like I'm married, we got a kid, and every year I'm like, can I get this kid boxing now? He's 6, she says no. 7, she says no. 8, she says no. At 9, I'm gonna put my foot down and saying the kid's going to the gym with me. All right, you can either be here when I get home. So is 9? How's 9?
It depends on the child. Like, go to a T-ball game. How many kids are good?
Sometimes there's that one.
No, there's always that one.
I didn't say they didn't have.
There's always that one.
There's that one, dude. You're like, that motherfucker.
But every parent's a trophy parent.
Yeah.
Every parent thinks their kid is that one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I always tell people, what is your goal with your child? Do you want your child to compete or just learn how to defend himself?
Mm-hmm.
If he's going to want to compete, then he should come at least 3 times a week because the attention span is very short. And it's all like, and then the kids that just want to learn maybe once a week. Once a week, they just want to learn how to fight, don't want to compete.
Once a week?
Yeah, bro. They're not gonna pick up on it. There's attention span. I've been in gyms where there's kids.
Do you love your father or not?
No,
huh?
it's
They get in the car.
They're looking at the walls. They're looking at everything else, playing with their fucking sausage, laughing, being dumb. Like just weirdos, bro. Like they're kids.
Honestly,
picking their nose.
You just described my first 5 years of baseball.
That's what I'm saying. So there used to be this kid in my son's little league team. He'd always be in center field by himself, hitting his cup.
That was such a crazy weird sound.
Yeah. So that's what you get as kids. Like if you have a program for a kids that specifically focus on kids, then you can take them. They'll tell you a different story. They'll sell you a membership. They'll get you locked in and hooked and tell you that their kids need to be there every day.
Right.
But honestly, the kids, when they're like anywhere from like 8 to 10, just a little bit at a time, 2-3 times. And then if they want to compete, when they get 10, you start taking them 5 days a week. Now, I know there's people that, they train 6 times a day, and those kids are not even boxing no more when they're 16.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a shitload of kids who've done that shit. Oh, my kid had 200 amateur fights. Where's he at now? Can't even throw a fucking jab. He's done.
200 amateur fights by 16, 17?
Oh, that's not even rare, bro. But
really?
You got to know how to take them.
Yeah.
I was talking to Jack Ballo, the owner of Bomber Squad, and his son probably has close to 200 fights or more, but they don't fight no more. Like, they only go to the big tournaments. In the tournaments, you fight 5-6 times a week,
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the tournaments. That's what they do. They just save those beatings for those tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
But every kid is, like, different. It's like the baker, bro. You got to know how to bake a cake. Sometimes you take the cake out too early, you know what happens. When you take it out too late, you know what happens.
I think you mentioned, 3 times a week, and some people are like, well, why not 5? But I think it's good because it's important for if the kid wants to be there, fucking 5 times a week is important for it to come from them and not from you.
Exactly.
Know what I mean?
You let the kid choose.
Mm-hmm.
But now going to the 5 times a week, I'm going to skip a whole bunch of years and to the older adults who get into it and like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this is all I'm gonna do and blah blah blah. I'm like, stop. Like, have something else. Have something else that you do, or you're just gonna burn out. Like,
trying to catch up and shit.
Not just trying to catch up, but trying to get to where you think you need to be or you want to be, or just only doing boxing, only doing this one thing. That to me, that's always like my warning is have a book you like to read. Like I like how Kyle freaking does everything else. He's you guys have to freaking tell him to cut it out.
Kyle's an awesome case study, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But he likes to go running. He likes to rock climb.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He has other likes. It's not
camping,
just that
he likes
thing.
Camping. He likes a lot of stuff.
Is it outdoorsy?
Yep. He's an outdoorsy fellow. He is.
Like what?
He has a Subaru. These are all facts.
Yeah, no. But you know that they're facts. But
yeah,
he's got a Subaru. But and that's just the thing, is just have that other thing. And going back to the kids is like allow that kid to have other things.
Yeah,
Don't just like the greats. You go Jordan, Tiger Woods. Their dads let them, go. They set up boundaries like, do good in school and you can have this, blah, blah, blah. But those kids dictated how much they worked out. Like there was no dad, they didn't have a Joe Jackson in their life telling them this is all you can do. That's the thing. Even though if they did, Michael Jackson was absolutely great.
Raised one of the greatest kids ever.
I miss him. The greatest. He raised Joe Jackson raised one of the greatest entertainers ever.
I
don't think he raised one of the greatest kids ever.
He might be
I should have.
of all time, dude. I can't think of anybody else who made bitches faint like that. From just looking at them, dog. Like for real, that shit's crazy.
No, it's absolutely just like I watched the old footage of just people screaming and crying, and fainting, and I'm like, wow, that really happened in my lifetime. Like, are we gonna Are we gonna get another one of those?
Yeah,
You know,
I think you make a great point. I think the comparison to other people and wanting to, you're just like super. You allow this shit to consume you, right? And it's all you do. I think a great example of this is Shakur Stevenson. You know, I saw an interview that he did not long ago after his fight that he had with De Los Santos, and he said he was just he believes that he was in the gym too much. He allowed himself to be in there, just being in it too much, you know, not allowing himself to do other shit. Just that, always sparring, always training, like super obsessed. And to a certain point, I think it's good to be obsessed. However, like I said, once you allow it to consume you to where it's literally you don't allow yourself to do anything else, like that can also become unhealthy, you know?
Where you don't enjoy it. And I think the
Michael Jordan had golf, you know?
Yeah. That's exactly why I tell you 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you don't force yourself. And that was one thing. I went back to the gym today, and I wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Like it was like I knew I was like, man, you're about to sweat for the first time this year. Like, and I was like, but I want to be here.
Yeah.
You know, like that was the thing. And so it's like you gotta want, like we were talking about that. We were talking about the first date, just to bring it full circle, with your lady or whatever. That's got to be your last date. And like every time you're in the gym, it's got to be like the first time you're in your gym. You know, that's how I think about it. Yeah.
When is a fighter too old to start boxing?
I don't think that's a real thing.
It's a question.
That's one, and I'm answering it. I don't think a fighter mentally. No, I like we were talking earlier about somebody's husband or whatever who trains people with cerebral palsy.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can start boxing, you know. I think
it depends on what the end goal is. If you're just doing it just for fucking fitness or because you enjoy it.
No, these people asked me to come. I should have
compete.
I should have.
Yeah, and I was about to say, I'm assuming somebody asked you about competing.
Yeah, and I tell them, listen, man, there's tournaments called the Masters. You can fight in. You get a trophy. You wear a shirt, and you fight. Pros is very hard. It's hard enough to get young guys to get fights. So you know, when you get an older guy, nobody was gonna want to invest in you. They're going to put you as a B-side to all the hard fights. If you're willing to go that road, it's possible. But
what's the oldest serious contender in pro boxing you're familiar with? Because
besides B-Hop, I think there's somebody else besides Bernard Hopkins.
He started late? Like, what was his old?
Well, he went to prison. He started boxing, but he went in and out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
How old was
he? Was the oldest champion ever, dog.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. And there was I think last year, at the end of last year, there was this, and I saw the story and I was disgusted.
George Foreman?
Oh, yeah, he was up there too.
But this guy's had 40s. A lot of pedigree. Yeah, he had amateur too, Olympian and all that stuff.
So this guy, he got into the record books last year as becoming the oldest person to debut as a pro boxer.
Well, how old was he?
58.
Oh, shit. There's a chance for me.
Now. This is how it happened though. He's like, I want to train to be a boxer, and somebody was like, okay, I'll do this for you, and they trained for 2 years, and then he filled out the paperwork and became a boxer.
Well, that's cool. At least he invested 2 years.
And then he got into the ring against a 29-year-old kid who was like 0-4.
And what happened?
He got fucked up. He didn't make it. He didn't make it past a minute.
How old's Barroso, man? He's like in his 40s, right?
He's 40, but he looks like 80.
That motherfucker definitely like somebody's granddaddy for sure.
He didn't make it. He didn't make it past a minute and a half. He got knocked down once. The ref let it keep going.
But the bell rang, bro.
And to me, it's like, okay, then you weren't ready. It's like, what? Second thing is, how are you getting in the ring with 29? Getting them, well, are Masters, is the Masters a pro?
No, it's amateur.
That Masters only amateur. Okay. It's like, yeah, your name's in the record book. That's all I could really. After I read the article, I was like, yeah, your
They
name's
should
in
have
the
put a
record
picture of
book.
him knocked out on the canvas on the record book.
Like an asterisk. Like technically, he debuted as a pro boxer. Did he?
This is
perform
what
like
happens.
A,
It's
did
just
he
it right
perform-
Yeah. All he said was he wanted to be a pro boxer. He
Yeah.
never said he wanted to be a fucking like
World champion.
Yeah, that was
Could have
it.
been a
I was like,
contender.
you got it, because I turned 50 this year. I still have my boxing aspirations.
Let's go. I'll take you, dog.
I know.
We'll get it like a 35-year-old to debut against.
See, what's her name?
Huh?
No, see, she got me.
The trans shit, dog. He could find
No,
a
no,
female. You gotta identify as a girl, fool.
No.
Let's go in the transgender division, dog.
You're halfway there, fool.
Oh, no, I do not do this. No, I do.
I told this fool, he went to go see his kids. I said, don't paint your nails.
You didn't say don't paint my nails.
I don't know how much I can elaborate on. That's why, dog. I respect some subjects with this motherfucker.
I love. But yeah, I saw my daughters this week, and I'll share this. Actually, I saw my daughters this weekend for the first time in 7 years. It was absolutely amazing. It really was. And as I spent the time with them, it occurred to me like a little whisper in my ears, like, hey, you know, you wouldn't be here right now if you didn't have all the right fucking people in your life. Like, because last January, I wrote it on that board right there. I put it on that board. I want to see my daughters. I had no idea how it would happen. And then I just started, that year's worth of journey. And then the opportunity arose, and boom, I was there.
That's so cool.
But it's like, you know how people be like, oh, everybody comes into your life for a reason. And we only say that when we just got screwed over, or somebody ghosted us or whatever. We're like, oh, well, a season and a reason. Also the good stuff, like there are those friends we sometimes can't stand because they dicks to us.
Yeah.
But why are they in your life? Or why, better question, why are you blessed with them in your life? Where are you trying to go? Because that's where they're trying to get you. And I was just I called Coach Joe. I called Coach Joe last night and told him just that, say thank you. And then I called Coach Bashir, because Coach Bashir was a huge beacon, when I was trying to just like pull myself out of my depression. Only reason I didn't call you is because I didn't want to get called a fag.
I don't even say that.
It sounded like she was calling me, huh?
No,
That's not even in my vernacular.
It would have been gay. It would have. He was like, this could be a gay dog.
I'd have been like, that's what's up. That's cool.
But no, that's huge for me, and I want to share that for everybody. It's like, make sure you have the right people in your life. Line up your goals, what you want to do in your life, and then notice the people you say, well, if I want to do this, I gotta avoid that dumb motherfucker down the street. But if I want to do this, I gotta become a high person that person over there hang with, because that person will get me there. That's how this works.
That's right.
So
on that note,
suscríbete,
like the page, share, compartir.
Yep, and make sure you guys subscribe.
I didn't get one.
You didn't get one person.
One person to tell me, "Hey, coach, I subscribed.
I hold mitts.
I'm a whole mitts for you guys, dog.
Y'all punks. All right, so we're gonna give you guys the new link. Subscribe.
Maybe I should post that on the link, dog, that I give.
Yeah. 3 rounds.
Yeah, 3 rounds.
Because some people told me, hey, it's hard to go on your story when we click on the.
We're gonna make sure that the link to get to the YouTube page is very accessible. Okay, so
it's in the bio.
You put the new one in there?
It's because you can't put it in the reels. You can't. I've tried.
Oh, okay. Like we used to, where you get to put the YouTube link in there?
You can just say link in bio, and it's like if you go to the fucking the
no matter
Instagram,
what you gotta do. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
I get cut off all the time.
No, you don't. No.
No matter what you do, what you have to do, you could have to hike to the top of Cow's Mountain and do 3 riddles you get from a troll. It will be worth it to get 3 rounds of mitts from this guy. Okay?
Yeah, you won't regret it.
That's enough. Matter of fact, so if anybody comes to them and says, hey, I can't figure it out, you're disqualified for the competition or from the sweepstakes or whatever these things are called. All right? He's willing to hold mitts for 3 rounds.
Let's make it happen.
Stop being lame. All right?
Make it happen.
Bye.
Look at my chair. Stupid.
This has been a Point and Yell production. Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.